Hi, this is Satya Kadibel from Tamil Nadu State of India. I am addressing this video message on 19 July 2026 under high mental stress situation created due to the repeated high sensitive crimes, cheating crimes and forgery crimes done against me by EY India management team authorities under repeated influence of criminal Anand Ambani, which he is doing against me under repeated influence of his sexual partner criminal Asokan Perisami. With respect to my EY case hearing scheduled tomorrow 20th July, I have sent an important email today with my submitted 4 main prayers to the UN Security Council permanent member country leaders and all addressed country leaders and UN Human Rights, UN Women, International Labour Court Organization and all media channels to help me to get the promised reinstatement of my job in EY company during mediation and also to mainly stop any further forgery email evidence submission crime attempt by EY India team authorities. So first, I'll highlight about the 4 main prayers which I have submitted in my email today. After explaining this 4 main prayers, I'll directly go for the camphor light prayer in my bare hands to make the UN Security Council country leaders and all country leaders and UN bodies and all media channels to please empathize my pain and suffering due to the repeated high sensitive crimes, cheating crimes and forgery crimes repeatedly done by EY India management authorities who are really spoiling my professional career under repeated influence of criminal Anand Ambani, which he is doing in blind support of his closely associated criminal Asokan Perisami just because of their sexual relationship. So my first prayer which I had submitted in this email is to help me to get truth drug investigation to be conducted against me and EY HR Director Shanil Mirza, who is the EY representative in the conciliation meetings and the previous EY lawyer named NAV sir. Only the initial is shown NAV sir. So the main reason requesting for truth drug investigation between me and EY representative Shanil Mirza is because throughout the conciliation meetings, EY representative Shanil Mirza had given a strong voluntary confirmation and repeated standpoint from his end along with the previous EY lawyer NAV sir, where in the first initial point of discussion of conciliation meeting itself, the discussion is about is there any kind of prior objection or intimation email sent to the employee before the January 2023 email, objection email, for which both Shanil Mirza and the previous EY lawyer repeatedly confirmed that no, there is one and only objection email sent to the employee only on January 2023 and there is no other prior objection or intimation email sent from EY company. It is not just this evidence. I have recorded phone calls with EY HR head Paresh Jain sir, where soon after illegal job termination, I immediately intimated him, sir, throughout my long leave period, I did not get any kind of prior objection or intimation. I just got the first email only on January and then suddenly I was terminated, which is not objected by EY HR Director Hina Mudilar or any EY authorities. Again, after 2.5 years of illegal job termination, during the recorded video call with the 3 senior HR authorities, which is EY HR head leadership authority Nitin Grover sir and EY HR head Paresh Jain sir, who was part of my illegal job termination and other female HR authority. Again, throughout the video call, I repeated the same point that I never ever expected EY company to give never-ending support of long leave for me. All I expected and deserved is proper prior objection or intimation to me saying that Satya, we could no longer support for your leave. Either you sort out your problems or come to India for work, else your job will be terminated. So that's all. Proper prior objection and intimation I deserved, but I got sudden intimation only on January followed by immediate job termination. After clearly saying this, again, with the presence of EY HR head Paresh Jain only, Nitin Grover sir clearly accepted that the company had sent me one and only objection email only on January, followed by immediate job termination, and he had even given justification for that. Again, after that, we had a solid 3 months of a proper legal proceeding, which is Bangalore Labour Commission Office conciliation meetings. The first point of discussion in the conciliation meetings and the inquiry is about is there any kind of prior objection or intimation sent to the women employee Satya Kadibel before the January meet, for which both EY HR Director Shanil Mirza, who was the EY representative, and EY lawyer strongly confirmed that no, there was no any prior objection or intimation email sent to her. After that, during the next subsequent meeting, Shanil Mirza, EY representative Shanil Mirza had handed over the first counter response petition to me. While handing over that petition in my hand, he voluntarily communicated to me that there is no such leave approval email sent from EY partner Ramdesh Pandit to you. Because he know that I would inquire about that email. So immediately I got angry and it became a heated argument, for which again Shanil Mishra said that EY company have no such leave approval email sent from EY partner Ram Deshpande to you. If you have any such leave approval email, you can come and submit to Bangalore Labour Commissioner. Again, in spite of the heated argument, at the end I asked him to once again check with the EY partner Ram Deshpande and then come back to me. I have the email evidence, email update which I had sent on that day, which I am keeping it safely. So after this much discussion, so it's during that day only, after he gave this voluntary confirmation, suddenly, very unprofessionally, he moved from his seat and went close to the seat of Bangalore Labour Commissioner, and he was showing some document to Bangalore Labour Commissioner saying something, and Bangalore Labour Commissioner, he was just seeing the document quickly, he was quickly writing. It was very unprofessional, and it was like they have been intentionally isolated me. So I stood up from my seat and asked Shanil Mishra, what you are showing to Bangalore Labour Commissioner? Show me that whatever email document, whatever you are showing, give it to me. I would also like to see. For which Shanil Mishra said that he is just showing the annexures which is attached in the counter response petition, and he asked me to refer to the annexures in the counter response petition. So that was highly suspicious for me. Even Bangalore Labour Commissioner, he was ignoring me, asking me, wait, like that. He was continuously seeing and writing. So that was, I felt highly suspicious. After that, when I read the counter response document, multiple places they mentioned that multiple email reminders, warnings have been sent to me. So because of that, I got extreme angry. That's why I got on 27th November, I sent a very sensitive email complaints saying that EY partner Ram Deshpande and EY India CEO Rajiv Memon are planning to submit some high sensitive forgery email evidence during later part of Labour Court proceedings to reduce the sensitivity of revealing the forgery email evidence at the earliest point of time. And I have mentioned two suspicions. One is to submit any kind of forgery email evidence to falsify project, like already any kind of objection or intimation was given to me even before the January 2023 email. And another forgery email evidence I suspected is that they are illegally hiding the original long leave approval email with the main criminal motive to later submit a forgery email with the manipulated content of the original long leave approval email. These are the two sensitive complaint I have filed in the 27th November email, and I have asked for international arrest warrant for EY partner Ram Deshpande and EY India CEO Rajiv Memon, and even asked for cancellation of operating license of EY company. So after this, we had the final conciliation meeting in December. In December, anybody can ask the parties involved in the final conciliation meeting, Bangalore Labour Commissioner, me, my sister, and Shanil Mishra, and the previous EY lawyer. Everybody would say that there was no discussion or inquiries either from Bangalore Labour Commissioner to me or Shanil Mishra. That final conciliation meeting is purely about repeated inquiries from my end and the repeated confirmation given from Shanil Mishra. The first inquiry I asked is that I read through multiple paragraph lines from the counter response petition where it's mentioned that multiple email reminders, warnings had been sent to me, and again verified with Shanil Mishra that I have got one and only objection email during my long leave period, which is only on January. I did not get any kind of prior objection or intimation email. I want, but you have mentioned that multiple email reminders, warnings had been sent to me. I want to confirm the email evidence and email communications from EY company. For which Shanil Mishra clearly said that the EY company is referring to the January 2023 email only. We did not send any other prior objection or intimation email. And he clearly conveyed to me that 15th September email, after that we had sent only this January 2023 email, there are no emails sent in between. Such a clean and clear on the face communication he had given to me. After he have given this clear communication, I then interrupted him and I started my second part of inquiry. No sir, after the 15th September email, I had sent the long leave email request to EY partner Ram Deshpande, and Ram Deshpande only has given leave approval for me. For which Shanil Mishra, he cross-questioned me as I was saying lie, asking that when did you send, which date, like that. I said that sir, either I would have sent on the same day 15th September or without much time I would have sent it, and Ram Deshpande sir only have given long leave approval for me. For which again Shanil Mishra clearly said that no, EY company have only these two emails, which is 15th September 2022 email and the next subsequent first objection email sent on January. There are no other emails sent in between this period. This is the one and only inquiry from my end and a very repeated clarification given from Shanil Mishra in a very clean and clear manner on my face, with the presence of Bangalore Labour Commissioner and EY lawyer who are all listening to that clarification. So after this, since I know criminal Anandamani would go to any extreme extent to misuse criminal India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi to influence EY authorities to submit a very open forgery email evidence, and by misusing judicial system authorities of India. I actually even registered. Yeah. I even registered complaint in the Supreme Court of India that mentioning about the suspicious activities of Shanil Mirza while submitting the first counter response petition of possibility of giving noting out any kind of contradictory points to what was communicated to me and my sister in the notes of Bangalore Labour Commissioner. Okay. So after that, in order to completely stop any further forgery email evidence only, in my EY case petition, main claim case petition, I have attached that very sensitive email complaint sent on 27th November, where I asked for international arrest warrant for the main two EY authorities and cancellation of operating license, stating my suspicion that they are planning to submit some very high sensitive forgery email evidence during later part of Labour Court proceedings, and intentionally they are hiding the forgery email evidence now to reduce the sensitivity of revealing the forgery email evidence at the earliest point of time. That points also I have mentioned in my main client petition and attached that email as well. After that, subsequently, I have also updated the voluntary confirmation repeated standpoint given by Shanil Mirza as well in my main client petition and attached the email evidences as well. After clearly reading all my main client petition and emails, again all 6 EY respondents stood on the same standpoint made by EY representative Shanil Mirza, and again in the third counter response petition they had submitted the same one and only 2 email communication, which is 15 September 2022 email communication followed by the 1st January, followed by the first objection email on January 2023. While they had consistently submitted the same one and only 2 emails in their third counter response petition, the EY company team had went to extraordinary level and had illegally retrieved my family's Nachathal murder case judgment order copy. I have nowhere mentioned the Nachathal murder case petition number, Madras High Court petition number anywhere in my case petition. They went at an extraordinary hard work level and illegally retrieved and addressed the Nachathal murder case judgment copy, almost 30 pages of judgment copy. So after submitting, after the case came to this much extent, apparently they had filed for interlocutory application asking for removal of their names from the petition and to use the EY company name as the only respondent. For which again I filed my high suspicion complaint, objection to IA to EY authorities, stating that I strongly suspect it's only due to repeated sensitive crimes of EY authorities I strongly suspected them. I strongly mentioned my strongly suspicion that this third counter response petition is a deceiving strategy, criminal deceiving strategy by the EY authorities who are planning to deceive me by projecting like they are consistently submitting the one and only 2 email communication and they will not submit any further new forgery email evidence against me, and then to get no objection from my end to get their names removed from the petition, and then to submit the very open and very high sensitive forgery email evidence under the generic name of EY company. So after I filed my objection to IA along with the suspicious events which happened in November 2022, at that time I had sent emails also. I did not know illegal job termination would happen in January, but whatever suspicious events happened in November 2022, I had submitted all that, where the suspicious exit of EY main coordinating HR authority Bharati between mid of November to mid of December is also I strongly suspect it should have been secret. It was secretly done only for getting some high sensitive forgery email evidence by misusing my email account. So after I submitted all those evidences in the objection to IA, after that only in April the previous EY lawyer voluntarily proposed for mediation, saying that they are giving my job back and that's why they are proposing for mediation. Again, outside the court, the previous EY lawyer, N.A. Visa, conveyed specific message that the EY team conveyed that I am a good employee and that my work was good in EY company and that's why they are taking me back. It's only because of this strong promise of reinstatement of my job in EY company, I had given my consent for mediation and also accepted for long waiting period of initially 1.5 months. He said that the EY authorities went for vacation. So again, during the next case hearings, he said that EY management authorities went abroad and they will definitely come after 1 month for mediation. But after making me for solid 3 months of waiting time for mediation, the EY India management team authorities had acted in a very low-grade criminal way of changing the previous EY lawyer with the new EY lawyer at the last minute. And when did they change it? After I started sending emails asking for truth drug investigation to be conducted against me and the previous EY lawyer about the strongly promised reinstatement of my job. After that, in the next subsequent hearing, they changed the EY lawyer. And the new EY lawyer said that the EY representative had to come from Delhi. So again, he postponed the mediation for tomorrow, which is 20th July. So the criminal plan is, after intentionally making me to wait for solid 3 months, the criminal plan of EY India management team authorities is to do open cruel cheating crime against me by just sending the EY representative and to say like any cover-up reasons by putting false blame on previous EY lawyer by saying like he had communicated wrongly or any other false reasons to illegally go against the promised reinstatement of my job in EY company, and then to say unacceptable things like compensation amount, by clearly knowing that I will never ever accept any such filthy compensation amount which will not restore back my professional career, which is cruelly spoiled for last 3.5 years by the EY company authorities. So this is the current situation of my case. So first prayer is requesting truth drug investigation between me and the EY representative Shanil Mirza and the previous EY lawyer. This is very important because please evidence 17 also I have submitted in the email, which is like, see the repeated cheating crimes and forgery crimes of EY authorities, like exactly before few weeks of executing illegal job termination, they have suspiciously influenced the exit of main coordinating HR Bharti. Main coordinating HR Bharti, with her only I was totally communicating. When the HR had been exited from EY company, immediately my reporting manager should have voluntarily told me that Satya Bharti have exited. Actually, Bharti should have communicated to me. Else, the reporting manager should have communicated to me, and he should have connected me with the new HR Mohammed. So that all these sudden email on January and then sudden termination within 4 days would not have happened. Even when I said to my reporting manager that my email is not getting delivered to Bharti, he have kept it hidden. He have kept the exit of HR Bharti hidden from me. Even in the January mention, when I said that I am wrongly under complete knowledge of HR Bharti, nobody mentioned to me that HR Bharti have exited. So the exit of HR Bharti exactly before few weeks of illegal termination of my job itself was done to secretly create and to secretly hide some very high sensitive forgery email evidence against me, which they are planning to submit very openly during later part of labor court proceedings. That was my suspicion, which I submitted from the starting point in the conciliation meetings. But till this point of time, the EY authorities have confirmed that there is one and only objection email sent only on January 2023. So after that, the truth drug investigation between me and Shanil Mirza, first prayer and with the EY lawyer, and truth drug investigation with EY partner Ram Deshpande and Hina Madania to prove the true facts of my EY case. My prayer, so just like the way they exited HR Bharti before few weeks of illegal job termination, after using EY HR director Shanil Mirza to give voluntary confirmation and standpoint to me throughout the conciliation meetings, exactly when it came for court hearing, they changed Shanil Mirza with a new representative. At same way, when the previous lawyer, after using previous EY lawyer of giving me strong promise of reinstatement of my job and making me to wait for solid 3 months, at the last minute, the previous EY lawyer also changed with the new EY lawyer. Anybody, any media channel or any government authority, any MNC authority, anybody see that EY company for this women victim employee Satya Kadril, just to create that high sensitive forgery email evidence and to submit it, they changed the main coordinating HR exactly before few weeks, and then they used HR director Shanil Mirza to give voluntary confirmation and repeated standpoint for 3 months of conciliation meetings, and then again he is also changed with the new representative for submitting forgery email evidence, and again the previous EY lawyer who was part of conciliation meetings and who repeatedly conveyed the message from EY team of reinstatement of my job, he is also changed at the last minute after making the women victim employee for 3 months. So no MNC authorities would go to such a low grade level of doing such a repeated replacement of EY authorities, EY lawyers to do open cheating crimes and forgery crimes. Everybody will have at least minimum level of corporate ethics and morals. So this is my prayer number 1. To conduct truth drug investigation against me and Shanil Mirza and the previous EY lawyer and EY partner Ram Deshpande and EY HR at Hina Mudalia. My prayer number 2 is to the Honorable President of Russia and Russian Defense Team and UN Security Council to please immediately demand for the handover of the sexual crime accused Asohan Perisamy, who is the sexual partner of criminal Anand Ambani, where I had given 100% authenticated alert for Moscow terrorist attack on the date of 22nd March 2024, and both myself and my sister are ready to authenticate it, prove it through any extreme international investigation, be it in the International Criminal Court or Russian Defense Team investigation, Russian Supreme Court investigation, or even to the FBI investigation of USA or joint investigation of both Russia and USA. Both myself and my sister are ready to authenticate the 100% authenticated alert given by secret informer for Moscow terrorist attack. The main key accused person, first accused person given the Moscow terrorist attack is Barack Obama, and then the second criminal Mukesh Ambani, and then the character accused Ukraine President Zelensky. So, criminal Anand, it was, I have updated in the alert itself, due to close sexual relationship between criminal Anand Ambani and criminal Asohan Perisamy, all complete sensitive details of Moscow terrorist attack have been communicated to criminal Asohan Perisamy by criminal Anand Ambani. So, if eBay authorities submit any high sensitive forgery email evidence, or if they do cheating crime against me, the one and only way for me to get justice is by demanding the handover of the main criminal manual witness for Moscow terrorist attack, which is criminal Asohan Perisamy, for Russian Defense Team investigation and also for International Criminal Court investigation. Only through that investigation I can very easily prove the direct involvement of criminal India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is doing repeated high sensitive crimes in my EY job, in my EY case, in my professional career, by influencing EY India's CEO Rajiv Memani to first execute illegal termination of my job, and next to submit very high sensitive forgery email evidence, and now planning to open cruel cheating crime against me in the mediation tomorrow. This is my second prayer. My third prayer is that if eBay authorities do either open cheating crime to illegally go against the promised reinstatement of my job in eBay company, or if they plan to submit any forgery email evidence, please, I request all media channel support and all country leaders to give immediate strong voice of support letter to the Chief Justice of India to immediately initiate suo motu action on the high sensitive sexual crimes done against my family, of installation of illegal secret cameras done in our village house and in our rental house, and circulation of our bathing videos and naked videos done by the main criminal Asohan Perisamy and his co-accused main death warrant sexual crime accused criminal Shanmugam and the equal death warrant accused criminal lady Kanimuli. And the other co-accused criminals, and suo motu action on the high sensitive 2nd July 2022 Delhi police murder attempt, and suo motu action on the open FIR forgery done in the cold-blooded brutal murder case of my grandmother Nachatal, which went till the point of arrest of 2 accused, and then later it was cruelly done with FIR forgery, where the brutal or openly declared brutal murder case was ended as suicide by the Tamil Nadu CBCID team. So these were my 4 prayers. My last third prayer, fourth prayer to the country leaders is mainly that I just request the country leaders to just please compare two sides. From the year 2022, my family had been following up with the USA government and all UN Security Council country leaders, Islamic country leaders, everybody from the year 2022 for protection and justice. Parallelly, this sexual crime accused criminal Asohan Perisamy and their team have been taking help of criminal Mukesh Ambani family through their contacts. Now, it's during that association only criminal Anand Ambani have developed that sexual relationship with the criminal Asohan Perisamy. I just want to compare two sides. Criminal Anand Ambani clearly knows that he had been doing very cruel, never-ending high sensitive crimes against a family of a widowed mother and her 2 daughters for no reasons but just to make his filthy sexual partner happy, who has extreme psychic obsession, criminal Asohan Perisamy, who has extreme psychic obsession, psychic jealousy against my professional career. Criminal Anand Ambani clearly knows that even after I have clearly communicated that I will forgive all the so far crimes, do not do any further crimes in my EY job and in my professional career. I will not stop, I will definitely not stop, and I ask them to not to do any further crimes in my professional career, in my EY job and against my family, and I will also forgive all the so far crimes and to let my family to live in peace in India. In spite of clearly knowing that criminal Anand Ambani just because of the psychic obsession, just to make his psychically obsessed sexual partner, criminal Asun Perisamy happy. He is blindly doing repeated high sensitive crimes in my EVA case, in my EVA job, in my professional career. On the other side, I have been pleading since year 2022 for justice for illegal termination of my EVA company job. On the basis of humanity, but except the three country leaders of China, Russia and Saudi Arabia, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman sir, I could not get complete support from all other UN Security Council permanent member country leaders and other Islamic country leaders. Wholehearted support I could not get it. So that's why, see, when God makes you as a country leader, be it a superpower country leader or be it when you're a country leader, you should not think about only your country alone, right? There should be a part of humanity in you, and especially all for UN Security Council country leaders. If you are sitting in the UN Security Council permanent seat, what is the difference you are making compared to the other normal UN member country leaders? What is the difference you are making compared to the other non-member and normal UN members? So you should have some international responsibility. So I got emotional actually when I saw the interview from the Chinese girl where her father she got her father back. I think in the year 2025 she had followed up with the Honorable President of USA, Donald Trump sir, and he had spoken in support of that Chinese daughter, and he got her father back. Even in the year 2025 I got to know the news. President Donald Trump sir have even lifted the sanctions against Syria. I very well know that he has the heart and humanity to help people. I have observed that as well. Even Syria have got their sanctions removed. Even the Chinese girl who had been following up with him since year 2025 have got her father back. Since year 2022, I have been following up with the USA government only to get protection for my family, and this very high sensitive 2nd July 2022 Delhi police murder attempt itself have got executed against my family only because of giving repeated voice call alert to USA Inspector General to get protection for my family against the multiple murder attempts made in the Delhi Rose apartment. I have 100% indisputable evidence that on that midnight of 1st July, I mentioned the involvement of a Joint Commissioner. For the very reason for mentioning the involvement of a Delhi Joint Commissioner, on the very next day, the criminals of Nakshatra murder case have sent Delhi police itself with the gun to shoot and kill my family. First they came to Delhi Rose apartment, and then they secretly chased me and my sister all the way to USA Embassy. And when we came back from USA Embassy to Apollo Indraprastha Hospital, they chased us all the way to Apollo Indraprastha Hospital at midnight and locked our ladies' washroom, and they were ready to shoot and kill us. It's only because of sending immediate voice message and a mass email alert inside the ladies' washroom. It got stopped in between also throughout the night. At times they have been planning to execute the murder attempt. I have hundreds of petition, the scanned petition which I have sent in email also, India postal letters and USA Embassy registered petitions asking for protection. Even we had asked for asylum in USA and China also during that period of time. The Delhi police murder attempt is the root cause for my family to forcefully get exited from India to take long leave in EY company, and then it's only when I escalated the 2nd July Delhi police murder attempt and other sensitive crimes also against my family, such as the illegal blocking of our passports to Hong Kong and the CBI illegal arrest attempt and murder attempt, all those crimes, when I got escalated to the Honorable President of China, again they executed, at that time only, they had executed illegal termination of my job because they had given false response to USA government. They did not want the China government to identify the truth about the 2nd July Delhi police murder attempt and the blocking of our passports and other crimes. I didn't know at that. I was watching that 6 minutes of video when the Chinese girl was giving that her interview. So she said that I was waiting from 24 hours to 12 hours to 8 hours. I don't know how only people without father can empathize my pain. Just before 30 days of my IM admission, my father died. The most regretful thing in me is that past 1 month, from the day of his death, I could not talk to him properly because my aim was IIM Calcutta, but I could not convert the final interview. I got admission. I got selected in IIM Rohtak. I'm very much proud to be part of IIM Rohtak, but I had that incomplete feeling of not able to convert IIM Calcutta. It had produced female CEOs like PepsiCo CEO. So I had that Indra Nui. So I had that feeling. So I was totally talking in upset way to my father. So he never expected anything from me. He was all happy that I got admission in IIM. He tried to console me so much, but all those 1 month period, I was talking in a not in a proper way to my father. But at the last minute, I got only about his death news only. So how I regretted a lot. I regretted a lot. So I cannot get my father back. I cannot say sorry to him that I could not talk to you properly just because I missed IIM Calcutta. I spoke in an angry way to you just because I missed IIM Calcutta. I cannot say even sorry to him. I cannot correct those times I could have spent in a happy way with my father. All I can do is that to work hard and to achieve something in my professional career. That is all I can do. USA President Donald Trump, sir, he spoke for that Chinese girl to China President. I know he had helped. She got her father back. But if I ask USA President to, you cannot talk to any country leader. You cannot even go and pray to Jesus, please get her father back. Nothing would happen. So the one and only thing, the possible thing USA President Donald Trump sir could do for me is by taking the solid 17 evidences to the direct attention of eBay Global Leadership Team to stop any further forgery email evidence committed by eBay authorities, and to mainly say that I am ready for any extreme truth-like investigation to prove the voluntary confirmation standpoint made by eBay representative Shanil Mirza and the conciliation meetings, and the strongly promised reinstatement of my job made by the previous eBay lawyer, where he conveyed a specific message from eBay team, and please convey to eBay Global Leadership Team that do not cheat me. I have already suffered a lot. I have already suffered a lot mainly due to repeated sensitive crimes of eBay authorities. You can easily get justice for illegal termination of my eBay company job. So I request the media channels and anybody who is monitoring my emails, please take my message to USA President Donald Trump sir along with my 2nd July Delhi police murder attempt email, where I have attached the evidence of hundreds and hundreds of petitions I had sent to USA, the evidence of 2nd July Delhi police murder attempt, which itself got executed against my family for reaching out to USA government. So and the evidences of eBay case, and please convey my request to speak in support of me as well, like the way he spoke in support of that Chinese girl, to speak in support of me to eBay Global Leadership Team to help me to get the promised reinstatement of my job in eBay company. I'll be forever grateful to all UN Security Council country leaders and all addressed country leaders, whoever is supporting for me in this genuine cause. I never differentiate or differentiate any particular country, nothing like that. When somebody genuinely helped me, any human being with gratitude will show their gratitude. If I had observed good traits in some people, obviously I will appreciate that. So I know USA President is helping lot of people. Syria, he has lifted sanctions for the Chinese girl also, he has helped. So I also deserve his strong voice of support and humanity. So having conveyed all my points, so this one I would like to convey that when I was consolidating all the points, when I was writing about my father, the struggles and extreme hardship since childhood. So at one point I really could not forget about this. So when my family came out of India after execution of 2nd July Delhi police murder attempt, and we were in the Laos and Vietnam, so it was like the end of our, it was like dead end point for my family. We really don't know, if we don't, so they had completely suppressed USA government's voice of support. I know there had been some inquiries, but cruel false cover-up reasons had been given by foreign ministry. So after that, we didn't know, unless we get some strong voice of support and attention from some country leaders, we cannot go back to India. So it's at that point of time, China president, he came as the light at the end of the tunnel. He was the only hope and for my family, and without his safety monitoring for solid past for solid past 3.5 years, definitely my family would not have been alive today. So I will always have that wholehearted gratitude for him. And including China President, I would like to convey my wholehearted thanks and gratitude to the Honorable President of Russian Defense Team, and the Honorable Saudi Arabia Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman sir. I would honestly say that out of all 5 UN Security Council country leaders, Russia President have been really a very humble person. That's what I feel. So I just wanted to convey that out of all 5 UN Security Council country leaders, Russia President is a very humble person. And I feel they have that honest and straightforward thing in everything whatever they do. It's that is very important. Stabbing at the back and cheating crimes, since I had faced from other people, they have honest and straightforward thing. And in the initial time I did not reach out to Russia, but they have helped me a lot, only because of which today I am able to focus on my professional career. And Saudi Arabia Crown Prince, even though he is not UN Security Council permanent member, country leader, on the pure basis of humanity, he had been helping my family and giving safety monitoring and a strong voice of support. So I would like to convey my wholehearted thanks and gratitude to the Honorable President of China and Russia and Saudi Arabia Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman sir. And I request equal voice of support from the other 3 UN Security Council permanent member country leaders, and strong voice of support from the additional Islamic country leaders of UAE, Turkey, Egypt, Qatar, Jordan, Kuwait, Algeria, and also all media channels and UN bodies. So I'll send a next email after completing my camphor lighting prayer in my hands.